The animal kingdom is a wild place, and its inhabitants are into some pretty kinky stuff. So devious that it puts our mating game to shame. That's why we're taking a peek at what it would look like if humans mated in the same way as animals. Birds around the world really do practice some of the strangest mating rituals. Take the male bowerbird, who play house by building a structure and decorating it with sticks, shells, and brightly coloured objects in an attempt to attract a mate. Red-capped manakins, on the other hand, will use a tree branch as a dance floor and suddenly break into a moonwalk when it's time to breed. Then there's the great roadrunner. In some cases, male roadrunners will approach a female with a dead snake or a lizard dangling from its beak. If she accepts the offer, then they'll be taking it back to the nest, if you know what I mean. As their name suggests, these marine birds have turquoise-coloured feet, which they display in an elaborate high-stepping walk. The brighter the booby foot, the more likely a female will take interest. A single honeybee colony may contain hundreds of male drones that exist for one purpose: to mate with their virgin queen. When a particularly brave drone approaches his queen, he will poke her in the abdomen with his endophallus, essentially a bee stinger. The male will then sting with such a force that the endophallus is ripped from his abdomen. The male drone will fall crashing to his death just as another swoops in, rips out the previous lover's stinger, and inserts himself into his queen. The process is repeated several times over. A queen honeybee is the ultimate sperm bank, stashing up to 100 million sperm in her oviducts, which she will use throughout her lifetime to fertilize her eggs. She can also control the sex of her eggs, deciding whether or not a particular one will be fertilized. Unfertilized eggs become drones, and fertilized eggs develop into female workers or future queens. Like many mammals, giraffes release special chemicals known as pheromones during ovulation. These help to flag their fertility. Pheromones are excreted through the breath, skin glands, saliva, and urine. To tell if a lady is ready to mate, male giraffes will rub against a female's backside until she is ready to pee. And when she lets loose, he will take a little taste from her stream to determine whether or not she is in heat. And if she is, well, you know, they'll do what mammals do. While we're on the subject of urine, forget roses and mixtapes, porcupine males have a special talent for wooing a potential partner. You guessed it, it's their pee. An excited guy will launch high-speed projectile pee towards his love interest, completely drenching her with his hormone-enriched urine. And porcupine females aren't bashful about letting their feelings be known. If she's not digging what he's putting out, then she'll scream, shake it off, and run away. But if she's feeling his vibes, she'll back up her hind end, curve her tail, and shimmy those quills out of the way. Easy peasy, lemon, bladder, squeezy. Flatworms vying to reproduce duke out the mating ritual by fencing with their swords. But they're not fighting over who will inseminate a female. They're battling to see who won't wind up carrying offspring to term. That's because flatworms are hermaphroditic and can take on either parental role. A duel can last up to an hour and results in each individual being stabbed multiple times. Ultimately, one deposits sperm into the other and emerges victorious, completing the paternal obligation. The recipient? Well, they're off in search of food needed to grow their newly inseminated eggs. Really, it's just a matter of who stabs whom with their sword first. Well, there you have it. From the weirdly raunchy to the dashingly romantic, feel free to take a few dating pointers. Now get out of here, you filthy animals.